tell us just a little bit about himself and his company.
Hello, everyone. I'm really honored to be here. This is an awesome convention full of, an amazing group of people. My name is Duncan Foster. I'm a co-founder of Nifty Gateway. We're an NFT platform who's worked with a number of the best-known NFT artists. We were the first one to launch NFTs from Beeple, so we really helped him get his career off the ground. And we've also done things with a number of other very well-known artists, including Daniel Arsham, Ferocious. And actually, I think we just had a sale with POC, which set the record for the largest ever single artwork sale by a living artist. And I think the coolest part about that was, it was really a community effort where we had almost 29,000 unique buyers who all contributed to the final sale price. So yeah, really happy to be here.
All right, Nifty Gateways. And next, we have Mr. Jess.
Well, hello, excited to be here. I run an organization called Seed Club, which is an early DAO that builds and invests in tokenized communities. I had the experience a few months back of driving down the street and listening to the Real Vision podcast and hearing Raul talk about tokenized communities and almost driving into a ditch because it's a thing that we've been building for many, many months now, seemingly in obscurity. And I think over the last 6 to 8 months, the world sort of really caught up. So we think about the how for tokenizing communities. We run an accelerator program that is kind of like the Y Combinator for DAOs, and we're really trying to innovate and figure out the complex parts of how do you actually launch tokenized communities, operate them, grow them into billion-dollar economic forces in the world.
All right, well, thank you for sharing, and we look forward to hearing a little bit more about that DAO and the project. And next up to the stage, or not up to the stage, he's already on the stage. Sorry about that. Mr. Sergio, welcome.
Thank you for having me here. So I'm a sales director of Fireblocks by day. We are an institutional crypto custody technology provider. We have 750 institutional clients. And then by night, I'm an NFT collector and a DAO member, active participant. We just launched Neon DAO, which happy to talk more about through the panel, but we're very focused on building, developing the open metaverse.
All right, well, thank you. And I know you all have some incredible projects that we're going to be talking about, but our topic today is communities and the children of the revolution. So I have a question to ask anyone who would like to take this question. How important is it that we nurture the community through our children and some of these projects that are happening? How important is it that they're involved in some of these projects, and why?
I'm sure everyone will have opinions on this, but I can kick it off. I think from what we see in the NFT world and with NFT artists, I mean, community is basically everything. I think like almost the number one predictor of how successful an artist is in the NFT space is how strong their community is and how capable they are of rallying their fan base. I think this is a really interesting development it's kind of uniquely possible with the internet and even more uniquely possible with Web3 and crypto. The art world used to be very, very stuffy, very stratified. If you were an artist, it's possible that you didn't even know who your collectors were. You went through a gallery and the gallery determined who collected your work, how much it was sold for, and yeah, but you might not even have known about that. And now the pendulum has swung to the complete opposite direction where if you're an artist and you don't have a Discord where your collectors can hang out, if you're not interacting with them on Twitter, it's very, very hard for you to achieve success in the NFT world. So I think, and honestly, we talk about this at Nifty Gateway a lot of the time. I think one of the hardest roles to hire for in Web3 are the marketing and PR people, because in Web2, and maybe in the past, marketing is all about running ads and building awareness. In Web3, it's all about building community. So that's the most difficult transition over to this new era, I believe. So I think community is sort of like the beginning, the middle, and the end for Web3, and it's, as I've said, it's probably the most powerful disruptive force in this whole crypto ecosystem.
Yeah, I think the way that value's been created online for 2 decades has been through communities. We just haven't had really great ways of capturing that value in the hands of the people. Instead, it's been going to platforms. And so when we have tokens, whether they're NFTs or fungible tokens, social tokens, now we have new tools to empower communities and their individuals to have ownership in this digital value that they're creating. So, we say tokens give communities superpowers. Those are the superpowers of having a shared cap table, a bank account, the ability to enter into agreements, that sort of tie into the broader programmatic world of building blocks and Legos that are out there in the Web3 space. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how that value that's always been there, it's always been being created, can now actually be captured and realized. And that's core to what we do at C Club, is trying to figure those things out. Still very early. I think there's a lot of insight and excitement around it, but the hard work really is how do we make sure that communities who are creating value actually get to capture that value. And we think when that happens, cool things will result.
Yeah, just build on that, kind of like from the investment perspective side, thinking about deploying capital into the space. We've seen, obviously this year has been an explosion in the NFT world, the Web3 world. And looking back, those projects that had the strongest communities are the projects that have performed the best. And so community is a great leading indicator as to what a potential value is going to accrue to that investment. So if you look at CryptoPunks, for example, they were like the OG project and everything. CryptoPunk Discord was the center of the universe. And then the Bored Apes came about. And the community there was very strongly into really going out, developing their own IP and kind of building a lifestyle brand. And then obviously that project has done very, very well. So as you're considering making some investments for your portfolio, I would say checking out that community will be definitely necessary step before making a successful investment.
All right. Well, I know that you all are working on some phenomenal projects. And what are you most, I don't want you to give us, because I know you have an announcement to make, and I know you have something you want to share, but other than the secret that you're about to let out of the bag, what are you most excited about as it relates to some of the projects maybe that you're working on? I guess it would give it away if we talked about something that you're getting ready to do, but what are you most excited about in this space right now?
I would say personally, and maybe this isn't a super unique or interesting answer, but I've been in NFTs for a very long time. I guess not a very long time in real years, but very long time in crypto years, because the whole space is is so new. And it feels to me like we've really crossed the chasm where it used to be if you thought NFTs were a legitimate form of art collecting, you were in the minority. And now that's flipped. If you don't think NFTs are a legitimate form of art collecting, you are now in the minority. And I really saw that at Force last week during Art Basel, which is one of the largest, art conventions in the United States. The way to me, it almost looked like an NFT convention that also had some physical art involved.
Yes.
And yes. I think 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we'll look back and we'll say, wow, I can't believe Art Basel started as a physical art convention. Yeah, so I think I'm most excited about that process continuing to accelerate, and the artists who are in Web3 are using the primitives and using the tools to create something that's entirely new for the art space, and a lot of them are making money that they never would have been able to make in the physical world, and they're doing it so much faster and so much younger. The coolest part of what we see is artists who come up to us and they say, you changed my life. Before I was doing contract gigs as an animator and making $40,000 a year. Now I sell I do a single Nifty gateway drop and I make $200,000.
Yes.
So I'm just excited for that process to continue going, that's not a very unique answer, but I think it's kind of underrated, and it's really cool to see more people doing what they love and making a living out of it online.
That is a great answer. And, that's what we're here for. That's what this is about, community and helping those who maybe just needed a little bit of push. And I think that this is a great opportunity. So are there some things that you all are excited about, some differentials that you see happening right now?
Yeah, I'm really excited that there are users in Web3 now and consumer tools and people buying things, not just for investment and speculative purposes. I think that's probably the underrated insight here. There's